What's going on, everybody? Gaming Diva here, and this is my day too. So, yesterday, which was May 19th, I didn't do any coding because that was my day off, and there was a good reason. So, pretty much, later on that night, I don't know if you guys saw my last video, May 8th, my vlog day, May 18th. But if you guys haven't watched that video yet, I suggest you guys go back and watch that video before watching this one. So I'm gonna give you guys a couple of minutes, so there will be no spoilers, or not minutes, but seconds. Sorry, it's early morning for me. So hopefully everybody that didn't watch my first video is probably off by now, so I'm gonna continue with this video. Anywho, so woke up this morning, and well, first let me tell you guys about yesterday. So yesterday, or day one, which was May 18th. So in that video, I talked about venting my frustrations because certain things that I asked my husband to do the night before, he chose to do it the morning that he had to work, which basically we didn't have internet, or our internet was temporarily down because he was messing with the gateway, and he moved his desk to the bedroom so he can work in the bedroom while I have this space off in here to myself, so that way it won't really time gate me to streaming a particular time of day unless it's I have to, dealing with my son or in real life situations. But anyway, so pretty much what happened was husband decided, and what was crazy was the night before, I told my husband, I said, baby, before you go to sleep, go ahead and do everything that you need to do, configure what you need to configure so you won't have to wake up tomorrow worried about doing it. But Lord and behold, he went to sleep and stayed asleep, and he didn't do what I suggested that he did. So that morning, he didn't get any work done that he needed to get done, with him being an essential worker in the tech space, right? So he was fixing the gateway, fixing whatever, he was switching. He got different switches and gateways, and he was just doing all types of stuff. So that morning, when I was trying to look at my C++ from beginner to beyond lesson through my phone, this was after I fed my son, so on and so forth. That went down, blase blase. Anyway, May 19th. So later on that night, he basically connected me directly into the switch. So I had internet while he was trying to figure out how to properly distribute it. So around about 7, now it's like 7:30. So what I did, I streamed for an hour, and I got off, took care of my son, fed him, did whatever, and then I sat down and looked at my lesson to install everything that I needed to install, make sure I had everything properly installed, ran the tests, I was following along with the instructor for the course. Everything was good. Now this time it's 11 o'clock at night, so going off into the next day, took a shower, called my mother, and since I live here in Texas, our governor that's here in Texas, decided that we are in phase 2 of reopening of Texas, even though my personal opinion, don't really think that's a good idea, because there's always a calm before the fucking storm. So I haven't seen my mother since early February. So with my husband's permission, and even though he felt a certain kind of way about it because he wanted to make sure that me and the baby was safe and my mom and my brother was safe, you know, didn't mean no type of ill will behind it. He was just concerned. So anyway, after talking with him and begging and pleading him about it, he okayed it. I called my mom that night after I got out the shower, and me and my son went to go spend the day with my mother yesterday, while my husband had to go to the office, because like once a week he has to go up to the office to change out server tapes. And usually while he's there, they normally tack on a whole bunch of other different work for him to do while he's there. So that ended up being a regular work day for him, even though he has been working from home. Needless to say, went to my mom's house, spent the day with her, had a good time, and I kind of had a break yesterday. And then so came home, basically my little guy was tuckered out because he, like I said, we went to my mother's house. We stayed indoors. We didn't go outside or anything, you know. But I hadn't seen her in a while. She missed us, and I missed her a lot. So my off day yesterday, which, you know, I had to make a decision. I'm like, stay at home and code for 4 hours and schedule to see my mom another day, or use my off day as an actual off day and go spend time with my family. Since she hadn't seen me in a while, I hadn't seen her in a while, she hadn't seen the baby in a while, it was the break that I needed. So yesterday took the day off completely, didn't code, which brings me today, which is May 20th. So woke up this morning, fed my son, did my usual routine, got him situated, out of the way. I called maybe 5 or 10 minutes with tea with Gary Vee, and I decided, you know what, I can watch his stuff later. Let me just buckle down and get right off into coding, which I did. And I was so super excited because, like I said, I took the time, you know, the day before to install everything and get everything ready. And today, diving deep off into what I'm doing, I actually, hey guys, like, I know it might not be as exciting to, you know, advanced coders and people that's been programming and being in that programmer mindset longer than I have, but I was super stoked and excited to write my first program, and I completely wrote my first program. I was super duper excited. Hold on one second, let me show you guys what I learned today in Code Life with my instructor Frank from Udemy Academy. Hold on one second. Alright you guys, so if you're looking at my screen, this was literally the first program I wrote. I'm not sure if this is going to come up backwards, but basically this is my first program of, you know, entering your favorite number between 1 and 100, and I put in the favorite number, and then the outcome, amazing, that's my favorite number too. That's basically what I have done so far, and I have that screen open, and obviously my course right there, I paused it because it's about to get off into the next lesson of basically letting you know what's this thing here, common errors and code, common errors. Let's see, what is it? 1 second, let me see what it, so my next lesson is what are compiler errors. That's going to be the next thing I'm about to learn, but it's going good so far. This is day 2, technically speaking, so May 20th, 2020, and just want to let you guys know, just kind of like a little segue from my very first video that I did on May 18th, you know, no matter what hurdles, roadblocks you guys may encounter, you know, just take a break from it, reassess, and then think about how you can be productive on that day, even though things just go completely fucking wrong. But for me, on my day 2 in learning code, I've been quite productive today. I'm about to change my son's diaper and give him some snacks right before he gets ready to take a nap. And I'm probably going to do another 2 hours of of coding for today. And then later on today, I will be streaming on my Twitch, YouTube, and Mixer. So make sure you guys are following me on my social network on Twitter at TheGamingDiva, Facebook at TheGamingDiva, Twitch is TheGamingDiva TV, and everything else, Mixer, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook is TheGamingDiva. So you hit those up. Make sure you turn on your notifications, bells, follow, subscribe, depending on what platform you choose to watch me from. But yeah, so I'm excited. I'm learning. I'm taking in all the good and the bad and the ugly, and just enjoying this process to just continue to be productive and to continue to push through no matter what obstacles may come my way. But like I said, super excited. I wrote my first program today, and I can't wait to, just continue to learn from different perspectives and seeing different perspectives as I, be in that programmer mindset of, knowing that there's multiple ways to solve problems. And just because I write something a certain kind of way doesn't mean that my answer is the end all be all. That's pretty much what I've been learning, watching other programmers and getting some insight, which is basically having that discipline and, not just learning a program language, but also being in that, having that programmer's mindset of, I want to solve a problem. What equation or algorithm can I do to solve this particular problem or to solve a client's particular problem. And even then, once I start, learning the Unreal game engine and trying to figure out what I'm going to do with that, figuring out what I want to write and figure out a problem and create my own programs and even in game design. So thank you guys for watching. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the bell if you liked this video. And even if you didn't like it, hit the dislike button. Let's talk about it in the comments. Let me know what you guys are working on during quarantine, any aspirations and all that good stuff. Let's talk about it in the comment section and let me know what were some of your roadblocks and what did you do to push through and overcome them. All right, see you guys in the next one. Peace.